1. When designing a training module for Microsoft Networking Essentials, which approach ensures adult learners retain protocols and subnetting concepts effectively? A. Using lectures only from the instructor. B. Providing hands-on lab environments with guided problem solving. C. Reading lengthy documentation without practice. D. Delivering training through pre-recorded videos only. 2. A mentor evaluating a trainee's troubleshooting ability should prioritize which method for fair performance assessment. A. Listening to the trainee's explanation only. B. Observing real-time problem solving in simulated network scenarios. C. Asking for verbal recall of every networking command. Grading based only on written test performance. 3. Which instructional strategy best supports diverse learning styles in a Microsoft Networking Essentials course? Rely on written manuals exclusively. B. Implement blended learning with labs, visuals, and collaborative tasks. C. Provide slides without demonstrations. D. Use only self-paced reading assignments. 4. To ensure compliance with enterprise security guidelines while teaching firewall configuration, an instructor should A. Allow students to bypass authentication for faster learning. B. Teach policy-based configuration within regulatory frameworks. C. Disable firewall rules for unrestricted experimentation. D. Share confidential organizational rule sets for reference. 5. When developing curriculum for IP addressing and DHCP, the most effective sequencing is A. Present DHCP implementation before addressing fundamentals. B. Teach theory while simultaneously assigning unsupervised assessments. C. Introduce foundational concepts before progressing to services and configuration. D. Skip foundational lessons for advanced labs immediately. 6. Which formative assessment technique best measures understanding of routing fundamentals? A. Essay writing unrelated to network topology. B. Real-time quizzes with scenario-based routing questions. C. Silent reading without evaluation. Ungraded attendance records only. 7. A supervisor coaching new technicians should mentor them by A. Demonstrating solutions and enforcing observation only. B. Allowing independent troubleshooting followed by structured feedback. C. Preventing experimentation to avoid mistakes. D. Requiring memorization without hands-on practice. 8. A learner struggles with VLAN configuration. To apply adult learning principles, the instructor should A. Ignore the learner and continue. B. Provide step-by-step demonstration with guided repetition. C. Remove VLAN topic from curriculum. D. Replace labs with theoretical reading alone. 9. Which communication approach best supports team collaboration in networking projects? A. Technical jargon without verification of understanding. B. Clear task breakdown with feedback loops and documentation. C. One-way directives without clarification. D. Minimal interaction to reduce questions. 10. When evaluating real-world troubleshooting skills, which method is most valid? A. Reviewing written responses only. B. Assessing resolution time and applied logic in lab environments. C. Asking opinion-based questions. D. Measuring typing speed during configuration. 11. The most effective way to teach DNS resolution is to A. Provide case-based examples showing resolution failures and corrections. B. Assign reading tasks without discussion. C. Use unrelated examples to avoid confusion. Skip labs to save time. 12. Curriculum compliance requirements in network training programs exist to A. Restrict creativity with no benefit. B. Maintain standard performance and security benchmarks. C. Delay certification for learners. D. Reduce quality of teaching outcomes. 13. During assessment design for switching technologies, alignment with course outcomes ensures A. Testing irrelevant subjects like accounting. B. Valid measurement of required technical competencies. C. Unpredictable test difficulty for surprise effect. D. Assessments unrelated to practical skills. 14. An instructor noticing students' difficulty with IPv6 should A. Provide visual models and scaffold concepts incrementally. B. Move to the next topic quickly. C. Remove IPv6 from the exam for convenience. D. Continue lecturing without interaction. 15. Effective mentoring in cable testing and diagnostics requires A. Providing only theory, no demonstration. B. Encouraging hands-on use of network testing tools. C. Avoiding learner participation to prevent device issues. D. Replacing training with written guides only. 16. In professional level networking instruction, scenario-based labs are essential because they A. Promote guessing instead of problem solving. B. Allow application of knowledge in realistic environments. C. Prevent learners from asking questions. D. Replace necessary theoretical understanding. 17. Pre-assessment in a Microsoft Networking Essentials course is valuable because it A. Identifies learner baseline knowledge for appropriate pacing. Wastes instructional time. C. Determines personal opinions unrelated to outcomes. D. Eliminates need for teaching fundamentals. 18. A trainer teaches VPN deployment and requires students to justify configuration choices. This method strengthens A. Memory only without reasoning. B. Higher order thinking and applied analysis. C. Learning through guesswork. Minimal engagement and passive learning. 19. An evaluation of student performance in network cabling should use A. Direct observation of tool handling and termination accuracy. B. Written recall without physical demonstration. C. Opinion-based surveys only. D. Random grading with no rubric. 20. Clear communication when teaching IP routing tables should include A. Visual diagrams plus verbal explanation. B. Quick instruction without clarification. C. Complex terms with no examples. D. One-word instruction commands. 21. Curriculum mapping in network certification courses ensures A. Every lesson aligns with intended competencies and assessment criteria. B. Random topic sequencing. C. No consistency in instructional delivery. D. Training content unrelated to the certification exam. 22. The most reliable summative assessment for client-server configuration is A. Observation during a full configuration lab evaluation. B. Attendance check only. C. Group discussion without performance measurement. D. Asking learners to imagine server setup. 23. A student incorrectly assigns gateways across multiple subnets. The most appropriate instructor response is A. Provide corrective feedback and allow repractice. B. Penalize heavily without explanation. C. Move forward without correcting. D. Remove student from lab session. 24. Mentoring effectiveness in troubleshooting workshops increases when A. Learners are guided to analyze root causes independently. B. Only answers are provided without explanation. C. Instructor solves all issues alone. D. Trial and error is discouraged. 25. Adult learners in Microsoft Networking Essentials benefit most from A. Collaborative labs linked to real network scenarios. B. Mandatory rote memorization without labs. C. No opportunity for peer discussion. D. Black and white theoretical handouts only. 26. If a student can configure static routing but fails dynamic routing labs, the instructor should A. Scaffold new routing concepts gradually using demonstrations. B. Assume lack of interest and stop instruction. C. Skip dynamic routing entirely. D. Use only multiple choice review sheets. 27. Assessments in wireless configuration must measure A. Conceptual understanding and ability to secure access points. B. Unrelated skills like spreadsheet editing. C. Only guessing ability under time pressure. D. Writing style instead of configuration proficiency. 28. Which teaching method best supports regulatory compliance in network access control training? A. Instruction with policy-based enforcement guidelines. B. Labs without security considerations. C. Unrestricted privilege access for all learners. D. Ignoring documented access control policies. 29. When implementing peer-based learning for subnetting, the best practice is to A. Use group labs solving incrementally complex subnet cases. B. Assign solo reading only. C. Avoid peer interaction to reduce noise. D. Prohibit discussion to save time. 30. Positive mentoring and server backup instruction includes A. Demonstrating procedures, then letting learners practice with support. B. Restricting learner access to tools. C. Delivering lessons without demonstration. D. Focusing solely on textbook content. 31. A dynamic DNS troubleshooting exam is most effective when questions require A. Scenario-driven diagnosis applying learned procedures. B. Copying definitions without interpretation. C. Listing unrelated facts for memory recall. D. Skipping logs and packet traces. 32. Curriculum development for advanced routing should ensure A. Builds on previous routing lessons before introducing redistribution. B. Starts at the most difficult topic without foundation. C. Includes topics randomly without flow. D. Teaches redistribution without prior context. 33. A communication-focused instructor ensures student understanding by A. Encouraging questions and checking for comprehension. B. Speaking nonstop without interaction. C. Not permitting clarification requests. D. Using only technical jargon quickly.